Hmm. I guess I'm not done talking yet. Um, I don't know. I just felt really good today. I just got back from the 7 o'clock meeting out of the church. You know, and we got placed in another room, a better room, I thought, just because they were having another function. So we would have been right at the entryway, so it would have been, you know, disruptive. But you know, but it, not we would have just been physically in the way, because our circle of chairs would have been blocking access to the main chapel area place where the pews are, whatever that's called. Um, the main room? I don't know. Anyway, um, but the topic was on uh, insanity, a restoration to sanity, and it's like, well, we were never, well, at least I wasn't, and a lot of us weren't. We were never habilitated in the first place. So getting rehabilitated wouldn't have worked because we would have just gone back to. So anyway, and then somebody else, changed the topic without realizing it into they were leaving treatment soon and going back to their family. What do they do? They were, scared. Um, and if they really wanted to have changes in their life, they were, and they might not have sounded like it, but they were scared out of their mind. It's like, how do you just go back? And, well, you don't. You never go back. The person that's returning is not the same. And the people that are there, they don't know what to think. They don't know any more than you do. They're scared too. So anyway, everybody gave their advice, and I shared mine about not really having, and it's like I didn't have a family to go back to, so I just didn't want to go back to the way how it was, so I just decided to stay here in Indiana because Wisconsin's cold anyway, so it's like I didn't really want to go back, and especially not to that job. I didn't want to see those people. You know, not in the shape I was in. I just emotionally could not handle it. And I was given, the opportunity and the ability, and I had it, within me to be able to stay. So I stayed. And I took the local job and I kept at it. And anyway, so it was a good meeting, and I thought it was very productive. And you know, the core um, group, showed up. Most of us. Um, and because I'm not always there either. I wasn't even there last week. I was tired, and I've been beating myself up all day, and that gets exhausting. That it takes a lot of energy to put oneself down, and I don't know why. I don't even remember what it was that I was feeling really bad about myself, about. But today, I felt good. I went on a nice walk. I took some photos and video and did some writing. I completed um, a self-appointed writing task. Um, I, I started it, and I, you know, said I was going to finish it to myself, and then today I finished it. And is it good? No. Well, it is. I could. It was already getting long, and it's like there was a lot more to tell, but it's like it was a story. I didn't even have permission to tell it, and I didn't ask. I just started. I just here you go. Here's something to read. So, and it's like I hope I am not and did not overstep um, my boundaries, because it is a thing about putting information out there. Placing it, you know, on someone else to read and kind of almost like be responsible for just a little bit, because if they you don't have to read it, of course, but it's like when anybody writes something for me, to me, it's like I take it in, and it's like I try to process it to the best of my ability and understand it to the best of my ability as being a part of the person who wrote it and what it means to them and what it means to me, and also that they shared it with me and how I feel about that. So it's not just words. It's more than words. So anyway, there had been a series of conversations leading up to Annie, and I don't know. I didn't respond directly to their last series of comments, but it led to me responding with that story. As I was just, it's a very personal story, and I just had never told it all start to front, I don't think. And if I had, I hadn't done it in a long time. So it was an exercise from myself as well to see how I feel about it. Because it is the story of how, I consciously was made aware of, that. I mean, there's more to the story than just that, but one of the main beginnings for me was, and starting points was becoming consciously aware and acting with it being aware of being an autistic person, and learning to be okay with that and not feeling I had to deny it or pretend it or refuse it and then go back to all the pretending like I was normal and trying to be like everyone else and imitate and mimic and keeping masks on. So, and being completely subjugated and dominated by my surroundings and feeling like I needed to impress everyone and be whatever it was that I thought that they needed me to be for them in whatever moment, and never finding anything for myself or being myself. I was always being for other people. And just miserable, and when people didn't, respond right, I was confused because I was being who I thought you wanted me to be, and you're being mean, or so. Now I don't do that as much. I still do, attempt to be whoever it is that I think somebody might want me or need me to be for them. Not as much. I find and have found and am finding more that it's just easier just to be myself as I am, and people can make their own determination. I'll just be me, and if people like me, great. If they don't, great. I'll spend time around the people that appreciate me for me, and it'll work out for everybody, because the people that don't appreciate me for me, they can go find the people that are for them, and it's like, so I'll be here doing this in the meantime. So anyway, so I finished it. I'm happy about it. I've yet to see that it has been acknowledged. It is a lot, and I did start it, so it's like, oh, they can see what it's about without even looking at it, so that's good, because it will have been a thing. And it's like, that's where it's like, I might have taken liberties, and it's like, but I've done it before, and they're very patient with me, so I think I'm okay. And it's coming from, it's coming from the heart, so it's like there's nothing there that's designed to provoke any sort of reaction. It's just, this is something that happened, this is part of my story, and this is, good or bad. I leave it up to them to make of it what they want. If there's something in there that they can, find beneficial, that might be helpful for them in their story, is maybe shed some light on something that happened for them in their life, and give it some dimension, because I go into all these things myself with just, it's brand new to me, and it's only later that I might hear something or get some new information that's, oh, so maybe that's what was going on, or, oh, so, and how much of that is actually true, I don't know, but I find some way to have it make sense to me, and I can, be at peace with it, and it doesn't, I don't think about it so much. It makes for a good story, a part of, my story of how I got to be the person I am now, which I'm happier with. There's work to be done. I'm not, I'm not exactly, but I'm on my way. I feel like I'm on my way to being the person that, but I already am. It's just I'm exactly where I'm supposed to be right now to arrive at being the person that I will be then. So it's like the then person is counting on the now person to, keep trying and keep doing, and, to make that or allow for that to be a potential future. So I gotta, work on now so that later is possible. So, or they're both happening at the same time. I don't know. So, it's hard to say. But anyway, I am here, and this is me doing this on a Monday night. And yeah, and the super moon is over. It was yesterday, but I didn't really get much of a chance to. It was called the worm moon. It was right. A couple days ago I mentioned it, and it's like, yeah, it's a weird name. But so this is what I was doing on a Monday night, March 29th, 2021. For whatever reason, I felt like talking a good amount. And so that's why there's been these extra videos. Kind of like more how it was a while ago. So, I don't know. Ebb and flow, ebb and flow. Sometimes I'll have more to talk about than others. It's like on my Facebook, it's like I haven't written anything there in a little while, and it's been kind of, because I'm doing my writing elsewhere. So I'm taking a lot of pictures, a little bit more. Just to, I don't know. But it's very interesting, isn't it? So anyway, I don't really have much more to say, but that I'm here, I'm still doing what I'm doing. I still don't understand. Things still don't make sense. But when are they going to? I'm not holding my breath. I'll just keep breathing. So, I wish I had something interesting to say. But I think I've said enough. Yeah.